Hi, it's Marcia. Welcome back. Thanks for being here with me today in Markets of Sunshine. And we are going to be about a lot of fun things today. Okay, first up is I'm doing a special gift with purchase in my Markets of Sunshine Etsy shop. So, first of all, the next 5 orders. So, going to an individual mailing address, so the next 5 orders, you will receive a vintage lace sampler from me, which comes from my other Etsy shop, Pioneer Fundraiser. And I will just pick out different colors and different amounts of the lace and put it in a little bag. And that's going to be your gift to the next 5 people who make a purchase in my Markets of Sunshine Etsy shop. Then also, when I hear the ka-ching for the 850th order in my shop, so I'm very close, that person's order will receive a whole bunch of goodies from me. So one is going to be the May embellishment kit. I had a couple left over. And the second will be a June embellishment kit. I had a couple left over. And then the other items will be one of my altered paper clips that you've seen me make here on my channel. And then lastly, what did I put in there? Oh, one of my beaded heart yo-yos. So you've seen me make the yo-yo, fabric yo-yo, and then I beaded it. So one of those gets put in. I will show you in a minute all of those goodies. So again, a recap. The next 5 people who order receive a lace sampler, and the 850th order gets this other little goodie as a thank you from me for your support to my little small shop. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that wonderful? And so when I hear the 900th cha-ching in my Etsy shop, Markets of Sunshine, I will be doing another gift with purchase to that person. And then I will also have some other kind of a little sampler for X number of people who order. And so before I get to that point, I'll figure out, what I'm going to do. And then in the Pioneer Fundraiser shop, I'm at almost to 1,000 sales. So I think we're at 963 the last time I looked. So when I reach 1,000 sales in the Pioneer Fundraiser shop, probably when I get around 990, I will make an announcement here on the channel and on social media. But you're always the first to hear about it. This little giveaway today, gift with purchase, is already been announced in my Facebook group, Junk Journal Junction. I sent it out to my newsletter subscribers, and I posted it on my Facebook pages, Markets of Sunshine, what is it? Junk Journal Creations is the other page name. I'm not sure if I put it on my personal wall post. But if so, follow me, sign up for the newsletter because you will always get these announcements. You'll be the first one to be able to get in on these deals that I'm always doing. And so my next offers like this will always be a gift with purchase. And so when I will do a giveaway without there being a purchase involved will be when I hit the milestone here on my YouTube channel. So when we hit 600 subscribers, I'll be doing a big giveaway. So every 100 subscriber increment up to the 1,000 mark, I will be doing a giveaway here there's no purchase necessary on this. But for my customers in my Etsy shop, I will be doing a regular gift with purchase kind of a thing. So this is kicking that off when I hit the 850th sale in the Markets of Sunshine shop. And then the same thing will kick it off when I hit the 1,000 mark in the Pioneer Fundraiser. And then after that, I will be doing a weekly gift with purchase deal every Friday. So I have to get all this together and figure out, what's going to be the gift. and have enough that I would be able to offer people. I don't want to just limit it to 5 people, but if it grows and grows and grows and more people are purchasing, then I will expand how many gifts with purchase will be given. Okay, and then of course remember, you always receive a coupon code from me to use on your next purchase in my shop. So always make sure you check your email that comes to you via email. I will start writing that coupon on your invoice, your sales receipt, not invoice, sales receipt when it comes with when you get your order. But always check your email; it comes there as well. So if I forget to write it on your sales receipt, then check your email. All right, so let's hop on over, and now the second topic that we're going to be discussing today is all about using a gratitude journal. So one of my beautiful community members reached out to me and she asked would I go through just on the gratitude journal, because I have another video that breaks down using all different types. I have 4 different types of journals that I use and I break that down, but she wants more in depth. So today we're going to dive in a little deeper on the gratitude journal, how I do mine and what works for me, and maybe you'll get some good inspiration and tips from that, because once you start you don't ever want to stop, because the benefits are just keep growing and growing and growing. All right, so let's jump over to the table and I'll show you the gifts and the goodies, and then we'll just dive into the gratitude topic. It's been raining today, so it's overcast, but I will be adjusting the lighting so I don't want to get it too bright, but it's a little overcast right now, so this is making sure everything is where you can see it. Okay, so this is going to be the gift pack that the person who makes that 850th sale in my shop will receive all of this. So here's the June sampler kit. This was the May sampler kit. So all of this here, I'm not going to go through every little individual piece. This is the altered paper clip that you'll receive, and this is the beaded heart. So all of that, and then the lace sampler will also come with that person's order. And then the lace sampler will be separate. So now let's dive into using the gratitude journal. Okay, so now we're going to jump into why keep a gratitude journal and what to write in the gratitude journal and how often do we write in the gratitude journal. Okay, so I have different journals that I use, and I made just a simple one out of cardstock. So take an 8.5 11 sheet of paper, keep the 11-inch side, but cut it in half on the 8.5, so 4.25 by 11. Fold that in half, and then take some pretty paper. I just used some pretty, copy paper. You can get pretty copy paper. It doesn't have to, and then, decorative on one side and then white on the other side, like this. Pretty on one side, white on the other side. And take about 10 sheets and then cut those a little bit smaller than your cover size. So that would be like, say, 10 3/4 by 4 inches, and then put those inside. Just fold them in half. No gluing, no sewing, and you could staple it if you wanted to. And so you could open it up and just staple it right here in the middle. But what I did is just used a piece of twine. Quick and easy. And then if I wanted to reuse the cover, but I don't, I just keep the journal once I fill it up. And I started off, okay, so let's talk about how often first of all. Then we'll talk about the other ins and outs. So how often to build the new habit. Okay, so if you're not used to writing in a journal, this is a new habit you're trying to form. You need to do it consistently for 30 days, minimum 30 days. There's no set amount of time that you have to do. And there's no set number of things you need to write down. But I'm going to start you off with something very, very simple and easy to do. Okay, so then this is what we do. I want you to pick one thing that you're grateful for. And that one thing, write it down in your journal. And then under that one thing, I want you to write 5 things as to why you're grateful for the one thing. That might seem funny, doesn't it? But it's true. It works. Okay, so let's do it this way. Let me give you a little example. Here's a little exercise you can do. Okay, I want you to pick, and this should come quick like that. Who is the one person in your life that you love so dearly, so much? It doesn't matter who it is. Think of that one person right away. Write their name down right now. You should be grateful for them. Aren't you grateful for them? If you love them so dearly, that much, you're grateful for them, right? You're grateful to have them in your life. Okay. Now I want you to write down number 5. I want number your little paper 1 to 5 right underneath that. What are the 5 reasons why you're grateful for that person? Okay. Now here's another little exercise. Now I want you to number your paper from 1 to 10. Okay. I want you to write down those 10 things, okay, of what it is that you know about that person. What do they like? What do they dislike? What's the color of their eyes? How tall are they? What's the color of their hair? All those things. What do you know? But 10 things. Write down 10 things. What do I know about this person? So you put down, why am I grateful for this person? This is the person I'm grateful for. What's 5 reasons I'm grateful for this person? Now, what's 10 things I know about them? Things they like, things they dislike, their favorite food, their favorite music, favorite place to go travel, the favorite way they love to relax. All of those things. I want you to, do they have a favorite pet? Do they not like pets? But you should be able to list 10 things. And again, this is all information that I've learned, that I've taken in on my journey of gratitude and self-love and improving relationships and improving my mental health and growing as a person and forging friendships and keeping friendships. And the interesting article I read was, if you cannot list 10 reasons why, or 10 things that you know about that person, then you don't know that person. If you can't list 10 things of things you know about that person, their likes, their dislikes, all the things I just mentioned, you don't know that person. And then if you ever ask this person that you love so dearly, why do I love this person? So, okay, first you're grateful for them, but why do I love them? Okay, so what is it about them? What is it about their personality? What is it about that person individually? Why do you love them? Okay, so when you start to dig in, and that's just from one thing you're grateful for, which I gave you as a person. I could have given you a different example. I could have said, why are you grateful for your eyes, for your vision? Why are you grateful for your sense of hearing, or your sense of smell, your sense of taste? See what I'm saying? But so these basic things of life, we should never take it for granted. But that's just to give you an example of how you do this. What kind of things should you be looking for? What kind of things should you be thinking of for why you're grateful? And to help you to really be able to have good relationships within your family, with outside your family, work, wherever it is, dig into spiritual side of things, not the fleshly side of things, not the materialistic side of things. So if you only dwell on and think about, oh, I'm grateful for coffee, I'm grateful for my car, you know, those are material things. Those are fleshly things. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those things. But for me, I connect immediately with having life, having my five senses, um, grateful for my family, my husband who works so hard to take care of me and take care of us and provide for us. That's where I always start. And then, um, and then as my list, through the years, day by day by day, I do break it down into, I'm grateful for my food, for all the things I can have because I'm so limited in what I can have. So if you're a person who has practically zero restrictions on you, you don't have food allergies, you don't have food restrictions, you don't have a diet restriction, you don't have a health restriction, you don't realize and recognize, so then maybe, yeah, maybe coffee, maybe you do love coffee. I can't even drink coffee anymore. I can't even drink tea anymore. So am I grateful for those things? No, in the past. I'm grateful for when I was able to, but now that I can't, has it affected my life? No. Has it affected my happiness? No. But so that's my point. Don't attach your gratitude to something that you could lose. I mean, I've lost a lot of my health, so I am so grateful for the health that I have left. So only thing that I can drink now is water. So I am so grateful for water. But there's people, believe it or not, who can't even drink water. Their body has an issue with water. And when I was told that from my alternative, holistic doctors one time, and I'm like, you're kidding me. I said, that would be it. That would be it. I would be like, okay, every little thing would short circuit if I couldn't even have the basic of what you need for your body to live and survive, and water and air, you know. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there so that you can really, this is something, gratitude is something you need to go deep with. Don't be superficial. Don't be surface with it. That's my whole point. Okay. And another reason for gratitude is all the health benefits. So here's a list of health benefits. This is all scientific documented studies. It improves your sleep quality. You get to form new healthy habits. It increases your resilience and lowers stress. It improves self-esteem. It helps you to be happy for other people's successes rather than envious. That's a big one. And it helps you to be satisfied in our relationships. So it helps you to build relationships. And it helps ease symptoms of depression. And it also helps with sleep quality. Okay, so now, what happens in our brain? So I want to talk to you a little bit about that. It's the job of our brain to help us to relax and to find the good and let go of the negative. But sometimes it's easier said than done. It's not about list making, it's about feelings and perception. Okay, so think about that. Write these things down because you need to read that and you need to really think about that later on. So again, I've already recapped it with you. Write down the one thing every day, pick a new thing every day, but write down one thing you're grateful for and do that for 30 days. And then under that, you're going to write 5 reasons why you're grateful for that one thing. Okay, so now I want you to think of one thing that you use every day and write it down. Now, how would you feel if you could no longer have that? How would your life be without that one thing that you use every day? So this helps you to see all the reasons that you can be grateful for it and for having it. If you didn't have it, if I didn't have this water and it was gone, how would I feel? So why am I grateful for water? I need to have 5 reasons. Why am I grateful for that water? And now you'll stop taking that thing for granted and you'll start to be aware of it. So we go through our life and it's so easy to go through our life. And we take so many things for granted. But when you stop and you think about things in that way, perspective, it changes your perspective and it trains your brain to be positive. So now this is something that I do every morning, and this is what I want you to do. Okay, so every morning I want you to look in the mirror, and if you're a person who has no aches and pains, you have no health issues, you have no sleep issues, and you wake up, feeling fresh as a daisy every morning, you better count your blessings. And I try to think back, I'm thinking back before Lyme, and I'm trying to think, was I able to wake up like that? And I was. I remember we had 2 dogs. We had a little Yorkie and an elk hound. They were both, inside. And the elk hound, we kept him in the garage at night. And the Yorkie got to stay and sleep with my daughter. So he was quiet. The elk hound, he was too restless. I don't know what it was. But sometimes I would leave him in the house, so he was able to roam the living room and the kitchen and stuff like that. So every little noise, he was on alert all the time. So that's why we had to start putting him in the garage, because in the garage he'd get in his little sleeping area and he would curl in and he'd go to sleep. And it was only if there was ruckus out front that really bothered him. Okay, he might bark a little bit, but when he was inside the house, he would be barking, and so my husband would be sound asleep. And I would be up like that because when I became a mom, I went from sleeping like a rock to, when the minute the baby would make any peep, I'd have to go check on her, but I could go right back to bed and go right back to sleep. So when the elk hound would bark, I would have to get up, continually barking, and go check and see. So I'd go through the whole house, check all the doors, look out the windows, and I would say, Simmy, there's nothing there. Go to sleep. And then I'd have to throw him into the garage so that I could get a good sleep the rest of the night. And so the reason why I'm bringing that story up is the fact that now I can no longer do that. When I wake up in the morning, if I've had any kind of a decent night's sleep, everything aches, everything hurts, muscles want to tighten up and spasm on me. So I have to go through this whole stretching exercise routine before I even get out of the bed in the morning. And so and then waking up and even opening my eyes is a challenge. I've got to exercise my eyes before I can even open them because they're like sealed shut. There's like not enough moisture. Keep telling my husband, if this is what it's like now at my age, because he's 10 years older than me, I said, honey, when I get to be your age, we're in trouble. So anyway, so then when I finally can get myself, okay, where I can open my eyes, make my way to the bathroom, okay, then this is the exercise I want you to do. And I tell you all this too, because if you're somebody who doesn't have any of these health things, I used to let it went in one ear and out the other. It went right over the top of my head. I never even gave it a second thought about people who were homebound or sickly or anything. I had health issues, but I mean, it wasn't like, now. So I took it for granted. You don't think about it. It's the honest truth. I mean, I understand. But if you're older like me and you have these aches and pains, you can relate. And so you get up in the morning and I want you to go look in the bathroom and I want you to smile. And I want you to say, good morning, whatever your name is. So every morning, this is what I do. Okay. And this helps me to be able to write in my gratitude journal. So this is why I'm giving you this exercise. Good morning, Marcia. It's a great day to be alive and to serve my happy, truthful, loving, living, and true God, Jehovah. I say that every morning to myself. Okay. So then when I took Michaela's course, I learned a bunch of other affirmations that I can say. And so I say those to myself. I've got this little list now that I've got them, memorized. I had them written out and then I had it right there next to my sink, and then I would read them to myself. And but I always have said that to myself about I'm so happy to be alive because I nearly died. And so it was like now life is like, you just want to get up and, if I could get down and get back up, I'd get down and kiss the ground every morning, but I can't do that. So I just thank God for being alive. It's another day and I smile. Okay, so it doesn't matter if I get an ache, if I get a pain, because, everything's achy anyway and stiff and the muscles and everything else. But when I get to that mirror, I look in the mirror and I smile and I say that. And I say the list of affirmations. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a successful day. I'm happy to be alive. And you would be surprised. It does. It transforms your life and it transforms the brain. Okay. So if you will stick with this, if you will do this with me, trust me, I don't care what you're going through because I have been through the ringer. And but I choose to leave all that behind. I don't like to talk about it. And when I talk about it, I get upset because it does. It's like even though I've written my little letters, I've forgiven the experience, I've forgiven the person, I love them, I love everything else, I go on with my life. But it's still like for me that that's it. I've handled it. It's done. It's all gone. It's over with. Okay, so I don't want to revisit it. Don't even bring it up. And so then I get my gratitude journal, and then I say, okay, what am I grateful for today? Okay, am I grateful for my sense of smell? Am I grateful for my sense of sight? Am I grateful for the fact I don't have any pain? Am I grateful for the fact that I slept good? Now, why am I grateful that I don't have pain? Why am I grateful that I slept good? You see, all those things. And then now this is transforming your brain. This is going to help that little brain of yours stop focusing on the negative. And if you will smile, make yourself smile every morning when you wake up. Before you even get to that mirror, smile before you get out of bed. Okay, so you wake up and you're like, oh, yes, oh, it's morning. Okay, yeah, what time is it? And then just smile. Just smile. Just put a smile, and immediately that brain is going to start making all of these chemical reactions of the good. But if you wake up and you're like, oh, where's I got to get myself to that kitchen. Where's that cup of coffee? You don't do that. Don't do that because you're going to stay grumpy until you get that cup of coffee. That cup of coffee has nothing to do with your happiness. It's all in here. Okay, it's not anything else. I'm already happy before I even hydrate myself. I do. I get very excited about this stuff because, sad to say, if you connect your happiness, and that's where I'm saying it again, to a material thing, you will never be happy. You will never get to be able to be happy. You will never get out of the past. Your happiness comes from within. Okay. And happiness is a byproduct of our relationship with our Heavenly Father, with our Creator. That's what happiness is. Happiness comes, true happiness is a byproduct from love and faith in our Creator. Okay, that's a powerful thought to think about. So we're not defined by our negative circumstances. We can rise above those. We are defined by our love and our faith in our Creator. And then that brings us true joy and happiness. Okay. So then when you talk to yourself in a positive way and you recognize all the beautiful things that were put here for you to enjoy, that cup of coffee was put here by somebody. Okay. It didn't just miraculously get here by itself. It was created. It was designed. It was put here. Okay. So that's what you need to connect the dots to. You can be grateful for that cup of coffee, but what's the 5 reasons you're grateful for? First of all, that it was created, it was put there so that you could discover it and then enjoy it, right? Okay. And then what's the other 4 things? Okay. So that's what I want you to do. So if you take these little steps, this information, you start implementing it into your life, and then every day after the 30 days, expand. Pick 2 things that you're grateful for. And then those 2 things, you're still going to write 5 reasons each for why. So now that's 10 each day. Now, to expand on that, go a little bit further. Okay. Now, when you're writing those 5 reasons that you're grateful for that one thing, and then after the 30 days, 2 things you're grateful for, so that's 10 reasons why, 5 for each. Really think about that. Really meditate. Take a good 5 to 10 minutes and really meditate on that. Let it really sink down in. Let it bring you joy and happiness. Let that rise up to the surface and then start talking about that with others. So your whole conversations will start to change. You won't talk about all your bads. And I told my husband this is something I heard years ago. Quit counting your thunderstorms. Start counting your rainbows. Okay. So let go of all the negatives and start keeping track of the positives. Okay. Try that. So, I mean, if you talk to me, you'll hear me talk about my garden, my family, the things I'm enjoying that I'm making in my craft room. Those are all the kinds of things that I enjoy. And a scripture that I read, something I learned from a study point, something that I heard from the meeting, from the convention, a good call that I had talking to someone about the Bible. That's what I like to dwell on. That's what I think about. I don't like to go down the negativity. So it's only natural that when you've had something really abruptly upset you, you need to talk about that. You need to go to God, you pray, read the Bible, but you need to talk about it. So sometimes I will have to call up a friend and say, okay, I just need to vent, and they are there for me. Okay. But I'm not the kind of person that always calls up my friend because I need to vent. I am not like that. I will talk to my friend and I send those little, gifts to people and say, I'm thinking of you. I love you. You're, a wonderful friend. Hope you're having a good day. That's what I do. That's all. Those are all those messages that you hear from me all the time. It's a rare occasion that they hear from me with a negativity. And even if I've had something upsetting, I don't always share it with them. I keep it to myself. My poor husband's the one that I dump all that on, and my daughter once in a while. So we talk about some things once in a blue moon, and it's like, sometimes I just feel like I need to get it off my chest. I might have kept it in for a really long time and not told her. But then I finally say, okay, I got to tell you this. And then she understands, and then it's done. It's forgotten. Then I feel all better. So, but that I hope this information has helped you. I hope you will implement it. And again, if just a journal can be that simple. Just a piece of cardstock, paper, fold it, tie a ribbon around it, and you have got a journal. Now, if you really get into journaling, you really get into doing this, and you want something fancy like one of my handmade journals, then just reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to make you one. I'll customize it, the colors, and then on the inside, I go to town, I can make it just plain. This one is more of my plain one. There's a couple of pockets, a couple of belly bands, but it's majority of just for writing. And then I have my junk journals, which are just more decorative inside. And you could still, put lots of pockets and tucks and all that kind of thing. And then I just love to add, I love the noise. I love this. So every time I pick it up, I love that little clanking of the metal charms and all that kind of thing. But I love putting the tassels on it. So all of them that I make, I always put a tassel on them for you. And but this is something I love. This I love writing in here. This was for my self-love challenge. This is for the joy challenge that I'm doing right now with Michaela, and so it's really 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 wonderful. So it's this is my special journal. So anyway, but just thank you for being here with me today. Keep creating in the sunshine. Keep being positive. Keep looking for things to be grateful for, and you will be happy. Okay. Bye.